Fortnite Chapter 5 Season 4 added a ton of awesome mythic weapons and abilities that we've all been loving, but there's actually a secret mythic on the island no one is talking about, along with early gameplay of bonus mythics coming later this season that you guys definitely don't want to miss. And if you still need the Chapter 5 Season 4 Battle Pass or any of the new Marvel skins dropping into the shop, all you guys have to do is drop a like, make sure you are subscribed to the channel with notifications turned on, and leave your epic usernames down in the comments below. Also make sure to add us on Snapchat for more giveaways, daily news, and special item shop gifting. Before we reveal the secret mythic on Fortnite's island, another mythic weapon we actually saw featured in Season 4's launch trailer was Gwenpool's dual-wield SMGs, which we all know by now are really powerful this season, even though the mythic version is not available yet. This is because our girl Gwenpool is actually locked away over at the raft point of interest, which we all thought was because Doom captured her, but it turns out she's one step ahead of everyone else. By doing Gwenpool's mission quest, we discovered that she was actually captured on purpose to gather intel from the raft, since all the enemies and villains are located there. Her first task for us is to get an ID chip from one of Dr. Doom's henchmen. Upon returning one to her, she tells us to leave her alone so that she can scrape the data and also play Fortnite Ranked, which is a funny little joke hidden in her dialogue. After hacking Doom's computer and figuring out his passwords, Gwenpool wonders if Dr. Doom's bank account is on there so she can buy herself a jet ski. Again, her NPC has lots of funny dialogue and secrets. Finally, we finish by gathering all the computer chips, which Gwenpool reveals was for Shuri as she's building the new Rift tech, which we can also see briefly on this loading screen, where she is actually seen on top of one of Stark Industries' Rift beacons from Chapter 2 Season 4. The reason Gwenpool's storyline is important is because this answers why her mythic dual-wield SMGs are not currently in the game yet, even though they were seen in Season 4's launch trailer. But luckily for us, Gwenpool's dual-wield SMG mythics are confirmed going to be the first new mythic added in the next update. And we also have early gameplay and footage of what Gwen's mythic SMGs look like. Obviously, it doesn't look too different from the other versions and variants, but here are the stats for the mythic version, which are clearly better than all the other variants you can get in-game now, including the legendary, which absolutely melts. We're also very likely to be getting a Gwenpool boss NPC, again, once she is broken out of the raft jail, where she is currently in a cell trapped grinding Fortnite, and that is obviously how we will be able to obtain Gwen's mythic SMG once her boss is added in Season 4. But moving on to the second and more secret mythic no one is talking about in Season 4, and that is Shuri's Vibranium Gauntlets, which, just like Gwen's mythic, we can actually see brief gameplay of what this new mythic weapon and ability looks like in the Season 4 trailer. Although they refer to Shuri's weapons as gauntlets in the official Marvel movies, based off the trailer, they definitely look more like vibranium claws, and the trailer footage shows that her mythic weapon will be a lunge attack style weapon that allows you to slightly dash and pounce off the ground while locking onto enemies close enough for the targeting to work. For you OG Fortnite players out there, this almost reminds me of the Wolverine Claw mythic from Chapter 2 Season 4, with how you would lunge and dash at enemies while using them, which is why I think this will be more of a claw design mythic, but with Shuri the Black Panther Vibranium infused, giving potentially more powers or abilities that we haven't seen yet. Unfortunately for us, data miners have not found the stats or official information on this new mythic weapon, but considering Gwenpool's mythic is coming in the next update, we might not see Shuri's Vibranium claws for another 2 to 3 weeks, which is kind of a bump. But don't worry, we do have some amazing news that will make the wait for Shuri's mythic claws seem not as bad. It was confirmed by data miners that we will also be receiving 2 new Marvel LTMs in Season 4, and the best part is the OG Fortnite Marvel mythics from Chapter 2 Season 4 are the mythics that will be used in both of these new LTMs. One of them will also let you choose whether you are a hero or villain, which will obviously be changing what mythics and weapons you get to use in that loot pool, depending on what villains and heroes are actually added in the LTM. We don't have much more information other than that, but considering the original Marvel Knockout LTM was so popular back in Chapter 2 Season 4, my guess is that the new LTMs will have a very similar style, especially since the old Marvel mythics are already confirmed going to be returning and used in the LTMs. So for you guys that liked Marvel Knockout, this seems to be a revamped and better version with the OG mythics, but kind of infusing the new heroes and villains from Chapter 5 Season Season 4. Now, the last mythic we will be receiving in Season 4 is another one that seems to be sliding under the radar, and that is Dr. Doom's Mythic Beam that, again, we could see briefly featured in the Season 4 launch trailer. Most people think his mythic is already out in the game, but when you take Dr. Doom out at his castle point of interest, you'll realize that it's actually Dr. Doom bot, a robot version of himself, and not actually him, which is why the mythic you earn by taking out Dr. Doom's bot NPC looks and works different than the one featured in the Season 4 trailer. The actual Dr. Doom will be added later in the season, and his new Unibeam looking mythic will also be added, potentially either replacing Doombot's NPC at the castle, or most likely he will be added as a unique boss at one of the other points of interest, since at the launch of Season 4, Dr. Doom actually got 3 new map changes, which is pretty crazy. And like we could see based off the Season 4 gameplay for Dr. Doom's new mythic, it does appear to have more of a Unibeam feel like Iron Man's mythics, which for those of you guys that aren't aware are also going to be returning later in Season 4 in week 5, thanks to data miners confirming that Iron Man's going to be coming back onto Fortnite's island. Again, just like the rest of the mythics we can see briefly in the Season 4 launch trailer, Gwenpool of all the Battle Pass characters actually using both of Iron Man's mythics that are going to be returning slightly revamped, and it also reveals that Iron Man will be getting a new skin and armor for all of us to unlock. Now, we did make a full in-depth video covering everything you need to know about Iron Man's return, so if you guys want to go check that out after this, I would definitely recommend it. But in terms of the mythics, we can see briefly that Iron Man's repulsors are also going to be returning in week 5, and Iron Man's Unibeam with a slightly upgraded design and look is also going to be returning as well, and these are also going to be usable in the new Marvel Knockout LTMs that data miners found in the files. So for all of you guys that were not lucky enough to play back in the original Marvel season in Chapter 2, at least this time around you still will be able to use all the OG mythic weapons and abilities, since there were so many good ones from that season, and you're also getting the best of both worlds by enjoying the new ones in Chapter 5, which are also really banging. But of all the new mythics confirmed coming in Season 4, let me know which one you guys are most excited for. We obviously have Gwen's dual SMGs coming out next week. The next update after that will be adding Shuri's Vibranium Claws, and then the update after that we have our boy Iron Man coming out with his repulsors, Unibeam, and to finish off the season, our boy Dr. Doom, the main man himself from Season 4, is also going to be coming out with his new revamped mythic as well. So it seems like we have tons of banger updates and new mythics that are planned for the rest of the season. If you guys enjoyed, make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel if you're brand new, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Take it easy, my friends.